Alright, what is gapping, traders? Just wanted to put up my first video recap. I have just about reached 1 year trading with real funds, and I wanted to put this video up as just as a marker, I suppose, to mark my first year of trading. So I'm just going to spend 10 or 15 minutes going through a few things. I just want to introduce who I am, talk through some records that I have and in terms of my chart and the records I've been keeping with regard to my profits week by week, and hopefully it will be of some value to someone out there as well, as I found myself during my journey that following traders and watching video recaps from the likes of Stephen Johnson, Kyle Williams, Jack Kellogg, and Dan Irish, has benefited me in terms of, just gives me a good sense of how traders and successful traders approach the markets and their process and so on. And I think reflection is a really important part of trading. Another word for reflection is basically just reviewing what's happened, what you've done, what you were trading, how you can do better, and the mistakes that you've made, because otherwise, how you're going to go forward and be better the next day. So what you're looking at here is my that'll be later, my Twitter page. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. C,man is my Twitter handle. My first name is Cormac, second name is Farrell. I'm Irish, I'm living in Ireland. I'm a farmer's son, I have a science degree, and I am a Timothy Sykes Trading Challenge student since January 2019. So I'm just over 2 years into the challenge. I spent the first 14 months going through all the video lessons, the DVDs and the video lessons and so on in Tim's challenge, and I was paper trading for that period of time as well. And if you want to look at my Profitly, and I'm coming up to 1 year trading with real money. I put 500 into my TradeZero account in March last year, and it was actually the 16th of March, because I remember the plan was, oh yeah, I'll start on the 17th on Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day, but I actually got FOMO on the 16th with a stock called AYTU, I believe, and I ended up losing 20% of my account, my small account, on my first trade. I lost like $92. So, it wasn't a great start. And it turned out, I think it was BMRA was a stock that actually went supernova that week. So what I was trying to do in the beginning was I was trying to catch a big runner to give me a big boost up in terms of, increase my account balance really quickly. And, it could have worked, but it was kind of a naive, cheeky approach, I suppose you could call it, because I wanted to, get a quick win and a big home run to start off with, but that didn't work out. We'll look at my Profitly chart and you'll see how I went. It kind of paints a picture of the story. So this is March last year. So remember, I started in January 2019. So I spent all of 2019 going through the material. Oh yeah, I worked in finance, so I was working in a bank, in the mortgage department of a bank. So I was on the phone to customers and stuff like that. Um, so that was my job, and about halfway through the year, I because I knew that trading was something I wanted to take seriously, I quickly realized that a 9 to 5 job in Ireland was eating into my time at the stock market. So I ended up quitting finance, that area, and going and finding a job with a pharmaceutical company in a warehouse. So basically, it was just like whatever job I could find that where I could start early and finish early in the day, Irish time, and so that I'd have the afternoon then to dedicate to watching the market. So I took a job that started at 6 a.m. and finished at 2 p.m. Irish time. The stock market opens at 2:30 p.m. Irish time. So I would get in my car and drive home, and try to trade and be in front of the market by 2:30. It still posed a lot of challenges because when you're starting work at 6 a.m. in the morning and you're doing some physical work in a warehouse, you can be quite tired by the time 2 o'clock comes around. So it hasn't been all plain sailing. But back to my chart here. So this is the 500 I started with, and I originally lost, on the first trade and so on. It was a bit tit for tat then for a while, but ultimately I blew up that account, and I had to refund. Um, so I want to show my where is it? Oh yeah, this is. So I had been paper trading prior to March, so I've been keeping records. Kind of, this is all paper trading here. Um, how far back does this? Okay, so March. This is March 2020. Real trading began on the 16th of March. So I was paper trading away before that, and then I started trading, and oh yeah, I lost. I thought I lost more than that in the first. Anyway, so there's my weekly total. Actually, I want to just add that and add that, so you can see that rocky start, still learning, still making loads of mistakes, and I blew up the accounts within a few weeks. So then April nothing happens, May nothing happens, June no trading, July I got back into it in July, um, where I came across some tax back, and I got 2,200 euros tax back, and I put 1,650 into my Trade Zero account. So $1,650 approximately, and this is the time when it started to click. It was about 18 months in, and just something happened where it started to click, and I could see the patterns better and stuff, and it was mainly short selling. So I went on an absolute great run from August and September. So August ended. Oh, I messed up at the end of August. But if you look at the weeks there, I knew what I was doing, but what was happening was I was not able to control a day when things weren't going well. So I was suffering from overtrading and not being disciplined to cut losses. So if you look at my Profitly chart, this is this period here where the end of July things started to click, and basically I made about 3 grand in August and September. What was I doing? I was shorting one day wonders, what I would call one day wonders. Let me see, I'll probably have that here somewhere. 1 second. There it is, one day wonder short setup. So I'll just show you an example of basically what I was doing for those 2 months and what was working for me. So remember, I'm at the warehouse in the mornings. I come back, and usually I was too tired to trade early in the afternoon, but late on in the session I would come across this kind of thing where I'll go back. Where is it? Where did that go? There. So stock would run up like crazy in the afternoon. This was happening for a good 6-8 weeks in July or August, September 2020. It would run up, it would have a crack, and then I would enter short on the backside. So here I enter, and then I start covering on the way down. I was even cheeky enough there to enter on this spike back up and cover down here. So I was doing that. Let's see. Here's another one. AWH, huge parabolic spike, enter short and cover. Daily chart BCDA, here again, running in the afternoon. I'm like, okay, here we go again. And what did I do here on this one? 2 long wins. Okay, I went long on that one. And so generally speaking, okay, I was going long as well, but I was short selling and mainly and profiting on the backside. So like this kind of thing. So here's another one, FAMI, enter short, cover. Alright, so that gives you an idea of what I was doing and the success I was. There's 118, for example, profit there on, what was that? Maybe that's not the right, oh yes, 2nd of September 2020. So there it was. So basically that's what I was doing. And then I messed up on the first week of October playing OPTT, got involved with revenge trading, lost emotional control, and just made this whole series of trades and lost 900 in one single day, which was just really tough to take. So you can see things were going smoothly. I was having some really good days, you know, in September, and more or less controlling the loss, the downsides. So like August, September was really got a good run going. Everything was going all normal in October until this OPTT day. That messed up my psychology so much. My account was at like, I think about 2,000 say, and it was down suddenly at 1,000. The next day lost another because my head wasn't right, and then I was just all shook up and I just couldn't get going for the rest of the month. So you can see how like suddenly things can change. So I was struggling and my account was bleeding down. Then yeah, ran out of capital in my account again. Couldn't trade. Then I think I lodged $600 or $700 back into my account towards the end of November, and started up and running again. December 2020. Oh, that was not a great month. This was, I think, when I ended up putting my account back under $500, and that meant I could only trade with cash, small account, then under $500. So that's why you can see the amounts here are small, because I didn't have margin to play with anymore. So this was really tough, like, because I was trying to get my account back over 500, and I was like, man, it's not so easy, and I couldn't manage. But at least I didn't do too badly. I was getting some small wins, but then I was frustrating myself by these losses. And oh look, there's one on the 31st as well. So you know, that was a tough period for me, and it continued in January, still under 500. Then I got the luck. The AMC shenanigans started, or sorry, the GME shenanigans started, and I got long on the 26th after hours on AMC and sold the next day for a handsome profit. Got my account back up and running. So I got long AMC at $5.30 something for, I think, after hours on the 26th. I sold it in the 18s the next day. So this was massive for me. Got my account back over 500, and then I was like, oh yeah, I can short sell again, and that's indeed what I started doing again. Even though I understand that shorting is risky, but statistically it was my favorite strategy, and I was doing best at that. But I did improve my long game over this period as well, so it was good practice. So then I was back up and running, and you can see that straight away, like I got my groove back, and the market was on fire given, but I was still able to get like over $1,000 in that week, so that was great. The February continued pretty normal. I can't remember the ins and outs now, but okay, I took a big hit that day, but the next day it bounced back big. So things were going well. Slowed down a bit when the market started to shift a little bit here, and I noticed myself. I was like, oh, I was actually getting burnt out, and from just getting involved in some trades here that messed me up. Like, I think it was this day I was up like 400 or 500, and I got entangled in, I think it was LODE, one of these days, and I gave back all my profits. And that really upset me, because I remember I was really tired, and I was trading load, and I was like up a few £100. I was like, alright, I'm just going to take, I should probably take my gains here, and I really needed to go for a walk and refresh my head and get away for the whole day. But I ended up seeing loads swing back against me, and let me see if I can find it. 1 second. Where, if I search here, LODE, it swung back against me and just left me basically exhausted, because I was at the desk for the rest of the day, like 5 hours extra than I should have been, and I just started to burn out. I was even displaying some physical symptoms of stress, like nothing serious. I don't want to get into it, but it was nothing serious, but it was still like, Jesus. I remember Sykes talking about it to Jack Kellogg, about where Jack was experiencing stress symptoms, and like Sykes was like, did you not like start to get worried about the fact that your body started to malfunction? So it is pretty crazy when you're short stock, and it starts to squeeze you. So let me see if I can. Didn't account for extreme high volume. This is the very exact trade here. So I got short here on load. It was coming down here, and I was cruising, and I was getting cocky, and I was like, Cormac, you're getting cocky here. I started to laugh at those load buyers who all got caught here. I was like, the idiots up there, ha ha ha, and but I should have covered down here. I didn't account for the extreme high volume. It was 323 day volume on a 27 million float stock, and it just swung around so quick. Look at those candles. And before I knew it, I was like back break even, and I just took a small loss. And then what did I do here? Did I get short here? I don't know. In any case, it messed me up, and I decided, my account was at like $1,700, and I decided to take out performance. I started to distrust myself. I started to saying, no, there's something not right here. I'm worn out. I'm physically, mentally exhausted. My nervous system is on edge. I'm not in the right mindset. My brain, like I wake up in the morning and my brain is tired already. Like there was just real like carryover of emotional like wear and tear, burnout, whatever you want to call it, and I wasn't able to, pick myself back up and bounce back. So I actually ended up withdrawing $850 from my account to protect myself from my broker account. So that actually brought my account back down to 600. So I left myself over the 500 threshold, which you need at trade zero to trade margin. But unfortunately, I screwed up here and here, and ended up finding myself under 500 again. So I'm on a cash account. So my laptop started to malfunction then as well. So I had it in for repairs on the Friday and Monday, I believe. Yeah. It was starting to slow down, like my brain probably, and it was like an enforced break, because I was actually finding it hard to actually to force myself to take a break as well. So I think traders will understand, the addictive nature of trading. So this is me back under 500 again, and I just decided to take it steady and slow. And then I got this win on eyes on Friday, and I was like, there we go, week's objective achieved. I'm over 500 again, and back to margin. And just last week, I don't know what, like, I feel like this is just a bad reflection, not a fair reflection on where I'm at as a trader. So it was kind of frustrating because yesterday for example, I was up $70 on that OTC play. Let me just find it. LCD. Let me just find it. I'm trying to streamline everything on my Excel and tidy everything up, but I'm getting there. But that's not OTC. OTC. L. Where is it? Oh, that's annoying. I thought I had that. Here it is. So I was up 79 quid at one point, $79, and my account was at 400. So this was going to get me over 500 again. But what did I didn't take the profit. I got in on, just need to find L. Oh God, give me patience. Wait a second. Dip to VWAP. Well play. Alright, so this was yesterday, okay? I saw it run. I wasn't here for this. I wasn't at my desk because I was coming home from work and I was showering and making sure I was well fed and so on. So like I missed all this. Came up on my scanner. I was like, okay, it's peaked out. It's come back down. It's at VWAP. I'm gonna look for a VWAP entry and see if there's an ABCD and for it to go like this throughout the day, and I'll take profits. So I got a great entry at 38 cents, 800 shares, 38 cents. And look, like there was a point where like I could have taken the 70, 75, $79 profit, and I didn't, and I ended up cutting for a $12 loss. So in hindsight, I feel like I should have taken the profits in here because of just the extreme nature of this move and the fact that it pulled back quite sharply and also was quite choppy. But in any case, I didn't, and I took a loss on that. this is the daily chart, and so it closed down quite low. But you know, and there was a few situations like that this month. So also I changed my formats from January 21, so it's much neater, and going forward this is how I'll be keeping my records. I still don't have stats for this. I can do some of it manually, but I haven't got to it yet. When I get into my second full year of trading on the March 2016 or the 16th, I'm going to be making sure that my record keeping is even more meticulous going forward. So I suppose that's pretty much all I've got for today. As you can see, my Profitly chart is here. I feel like it should be higher, but I am where I am. You know, there's another round of stimulus checks coming around next week, so my account reads $400. So unfortunately, I'm not able to use margin next week straight away. I have to try and turn $400 into $500 plus without margin. But I know it can be done because the moves are quite extreme in penny stocks. So there is potential for me to get myself out of it. I just hope I can manage my risk. The trade that I messed up on this week was SINT. It had news on antiviral fabrics, and I got long, thinking this is a potential multi-day runner here. Like, it's antiviral fabrics, where they were saying like, oh, these are wearable things that you put on, like masks, clothing, blah blah blah, and it just kills viruses. I was like, this is interesting. And also the volume was high relative to the floats. I got long. And I did recognize the kind of choppy nature of this price action. So it wasn't ideal, and I went long here on a kind of a breakout play, hoping for it to go higher. I had to stop out there, and then I went long again here and had to stop out here. And then I actually got long and held overnight, I remember. So I didn't get out all my position, or I got long again here somewhere, and I held it, and I was at work. It went down, and I was like, damn it. I ended up cutting at 330. I have to update this actually. So I ended up cutting down here. I rang my broker from work and asked him to cut the position. So I really messed up, you know. And that's what I was disappointed about this week, about, you know, the fact that I was doing good on the month. 1,100 in February, 1,300 in January. Sorry, 1,000 after. Jeez. And then for me to screw up here on the swing trade on SINT, I let myself down. But the grander scheme of things, it's just coming up to my first year full-time trading, so I can't be too hard on myself. But if I had taken a bigger position on this, you know, I'm losing big here, like on this. If I was to swing a big position overnight, so I won't be swinging a play like this. Like I was thinking, like, oh, people are going to be like, oh yeah, it's antiviral fabrics, and it's like the news was actually quite good. I guess, you know, what I need to take into consideration is that there's been a lot of plays like that, and also the chart, the longer term chart here has overhead resistance here. So, you know, it wasn't ideal totally ideal. And look, I got burned the next day, and I'm just lucky that it was small size. But it still upsets me a little bit, you know, because. But I'm happy about the fact that I'm recognizing my mistakes, and I feel like I don't think it'll be the last time I'll ever make a mistake like that. But I feel like I'm reducing my mistakes, and so that gives me encouragement going forward. And I hope this video has helped someone. I've kind of robbed this from Jack Kellogg. He uses this kind of, he breaks his trades down into this kind of setup if you watch his videos, so don't think that this is me inventing something here. I'm actually basically trying to emulate the top traders and what they do, and you know, I still have work to do on my record keeping, but I feel like I've done okay for my first year trading. And I think if I just keep doing what I'm doing and learning from my mistakes and managing my psychology well, that my account will grow this year. So that's all. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to try and put one up on a monthly basis if I think it will help me develop as a trader, and if it helps someone else as well who is maybe a bit less further on in their journey, then that makes me happy too. So take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.